Here the 29th, don't forget about that. And then the road trip begins New Year's Eve at Phoenix, followed by a game at Utah, and it'll finish January 4th at LA against the Lakers. Tim Hortons with the Pistons' upcoming schedule. A split at the stripe for BG as Chris Wilcox and Will Bynum check in. Jarrett Jackson, the basketball game for the Hornets. Inside for the hook, and it wouldn't go. Was Marcus Thornton. Pistons rush it up. Tayshaun misfires. Willie Green with the basketball, nearly lost the handle. Jarrett Jack with a pull-up gun. Off iron, no. Kept alive by West, but taken away by Tayshaun. Final minute of the first. Will Bynum in the lane. Tayshaun with a pump fake. Now he'll turn and fire and fill it up. Tayshaun 5 out of 7. He has scored 11. It's 20-20.
Yeah, it looks like Tayshaun intentionally trying to take up some of the slack. That is the case with Rip and Stuckey out of the lineup because he's been assertive. He's been looking for his shot in this first quarter.
Shot clock at 6, quarter clock at 9 as Willie Green lets it fly. Pistons catch a break, it's in and out. Tayshaun with 3 seconds. Ben Gordon with 2, fires off the iron at the horn. So at the end of one, it's 20-20 here at the Palace. The Pistons minus some bodies taking on Chris Paul and the Hornets. You're watching Pistons basketball here on Fox Sports Detroit from the Palace, presented by Bell Tire.
On Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by PNC, proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Detroit Pistons, and by Buick. Get the best offers of the year now during the Buick Holiday Event, official sponsor of your Detroit Pistons.
Merry Christmas, everybody. And the Dunking Santas going to work here at the Palace tonight for your holiday entertainment. Charlie Villanueva, who sat with 2 early fouls, will start the second quarter as he started the game. Pistons had a different starting lineup tonight. No Rip Hamilton out with an upset stomach. Ben Gordon started there. No Rodney Stuckey out with a sore big toe. Tracy McGrady started there, and Charlie V started instead of Greg Monroe up front. DJ Benga in the middle now for New Orleans. That's a big man. Jason Smith, a 7-footer, works against Chris Wilcox. Gunning and missing is Thornton. And we'll jump it up. Willie Green and Charlie V, I believe. Benga, 7-footers, 255. Smith is 240. Willie Green, one of the class guys in this league, a Detroiter from UAD Mercy. Didn't win the tap, but Jarrett Jack raced to the basketball and gives the Hornets possession. And Will Bynum reaching around, trying to get some basketball. Hooked Jarrett Jack. And that's the first team foul of the second.
You catch New Orleans napping on that jump ball, and maybe you can slap that thing into a fast break, but they were very alert, George. They were all over that to keep the Pistons from getting an easy run out.
Benga set the screen. Jarrett Jack delivered the rock, and Benga forced a foul. Chris Wilcox fouled him. DJ Benga in his 7th year from the Congo.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Mr. George Blaha with some information you don't want to miss.
Thank you, Rip. The next Family Sunday game is 1 week from tonight. A visit by Derrick Rose, and those Chicago Bulls get 4 tickets, hot dogs, and sodas for just $65 in the upper level, $165 downstairs, plus guaranteed giveaways and a post-game shot on the court for kids 14 and under. Log on to Pistons.com or call that famous phone number, fans, 248-377-0100 for your ticket. Benga got 1 for 2. Hornets lead by 1. Charlie V two-time, hand-hooks it and hits it anyway.
I like that. Did a little forcing of his own, Charlie V, to get to his spot.
First minute, second quarter. Jarrett Jack delivers baseline. Smith guns it down. Jason Smith, in his third year from Colorado State, played his first 2 years in Philly. Ben Gordon flips it to Charlie V. In the crowd, no, looked it inside and poked away from Chris Wilcox. Down the lane goes Willie Green, lays it up and lays it in. He got the steal and he gets the deuce. 25-22 New Orleans. Will Bynum fires from the top and it drops.
This is a good opportunity for Will Bynum to get himself back.
And he gets the steal. Dishes to Wilcox. Chris off the mark with the shot. Benga with the basketball. Marcus Thornton now works it for New Orleans. Gets a Benga screen. Thornton gunning. Got it.
I was going to say with Will Bynum, a good chance to get himself back in the playing rotation because, you know, with Tracy McGrady and Ben Gordon starting, ripping Stuckey out, he's the only guard that's coming off that bench.
He plays the big minutes tonight. He goes to the baseline. Jarrett Jack called for the foul.
And for Willie Green for New Orleans, 1-6. Pondexter.
The rookie Quincy Pondexter out of Washington on for Willie Green. Monty Williams playing a bunch of guys. PG shot won't fall. Greg Monroe boards it. Back to Ben Gordon. Charlie V. Two-time, gets inside anyway, took a hit as he tried to get the shot airborne. Tommy Nunez Jr. blows the whistle on the rookie. Pick 26 in the draft, Quincy Pondexter. Weekdays on Fox Sports Detroit, it's the Dan Patrick Show. Don't miss exclusive guests, including high-profile athletes and celebs, breaking sports news, insider access, and pop culture commentary. The Dan Patrick Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. on Fox Sports Detroit. Charlie V strikes twice at the stripes.
George, Ben Gordon in this game right now is 0 for 6. 0 for 7, correction. And he will, I think he is still going to have a big game. I still expect him to find his groove. Number one, he's going to get the time, he's going to get the opportunity.
I want him to keep shooting. I'm sure John Kuster does as well.
Absolutely.
Jason Smith deep in the paint here. And Greg Monroe's called for his first foul. Pistons' third team foul. The Hornets have 2. Jason Smith gets the first free throw. Nails the next.
Pretty good luxury if you're the Hornets. You know, you got 3 guys 7 feet tall that don't start.
Right. Here's Ben Gordon penetrating. Dishes to Charlie V. Top side to BG. Pump fake. Now the bounce inside to Chris Wilcox. Whips it to Charlie. Long gunning, no. Thornton with a rebound. And he fired it ahead, just a little too hot and high maybe for Quincy Pondexter. Good idea though. And we'll go to a timeout with 8:44 to play here in the half. 29-26 New Orleans.
Understand that this rough start has taken its toll on everybody in the organization, perhaps nobody more so than Coach Q, who relies on his inner circle and his professional ethic to stay strong throughout.
I have a great staff that is working hard every day, and we spend a lot of time with each other. I've got a great wife, and that she's with me win or lose, and you have to have your family. But I think the thing that has to happen is that inner peace of understanding that you're working as hard as you can to get this thing rectified.
He adds that everyone must remember it's a privilege to be in this league, and the way you get through difficult times are to fight through them. No finger pointing, no feeling sorry for yourself, and they seem to be fighting through it pretty well tonight. George, back to you.
Thanks, Eli. Coach Q's wife, Tricia, and son, John, and daughter, Katie, I'm sure, pulling hard for Q. Last two games, if you're the coach, how do you figure? Played so well against Atlanta, win by 22, then they lose by 21 to the Clippers.
It was an emotional roller coaster of a weekend, giving up the huge lead and losing to Toronto preceding these two games. Then you get yourselves back up in gear and, spend a lot of energy to win impressively over Atlanta. Maybe, George, those two games took their toll and made them an easy target, as it turned out, for the Clippers.
Would have been. Turnover, Thornton. Bounces to Jarrett Jack, screen from Jason Smith. Jarrett fires, fills it up. And now it's a 5-point New Orleans lead. Pistons need to be careful here. 8:14 to play in the half.
You mentioned exchanging some pleasantries with Jack before the game. Came away impressed?
Yes, he and Chris Paul, both very friendly guys. You've heard a lot about Chris Paul being friendly, but Jarrett Jack is as well. Of course, he was on my team or your team at the end of the year. We both like him as a player.
Oh, yeah.
He threw that ball up, and Emeka Okafor gets the deuce, and it's now 33-28. Will Bynum with a drive. Corkscrew scoop, no. But we're going to get a whistle here. And an Okafor foul. And Mecca's first. Jason Smith tried to raise his hand and take the foul.
Well, it was a late call because the ball came out. I think if it goes, they let it go. But Pistons, they need that type of penetration from Will Bynum and any other kind of penetration they can get to be effective in their own painted area.
When the game ends, Gregory, our coverage will continue with Pistons Live. Hear from Coach Q and the players, plus we'll break down the game and show you all the highlights. Pistons Live immediately after the game here on Fox Sports Detroit. Pair of free throws for Will, and the Pistons pull within 3. Just over 7.5 to play in the half. Emeka Okafor against Chris Wilcox. Jarrett Jack